Well, the UPSC results are out, and joining me on the broadcast is somebody special. She's from Jammu and Kashmir. Her name is Anmol Rathore, and she has secured the 7th rank in this year's UPSC. Let's talk to her and understand from her, what goes into the preparation of one of the toughest exams in the country, the UPSC. Anmol, thank you very much for joining us on Mirror Now. First of all, congratulations for securing the 7th rank in such a tough examination. Of course, the obvious question is, how does it feel?
Firstly, thank you so much, ma'am, for the wishes and also for having me here. I think I was really elated when I got to know about the results, but getting such a great rank in this very prestigious and difficult examination, certainly this is something nobody expects. So I think the feeling is yet to sink in. I'm really overwhelmed by all the congratulatory messages, the wishes, all the love, and I think it'll take some time for me to fully realize what has happened.
Anmol, I also want to understand from you what inspired you to pursue this path, because it's not just the examination that is tough, but once you join the central services, it is a tough job. It has its own challenges. What was your inspiration?
I think that taking such a decision regarding one's career, it has to be a very well thought of and conscious decision. And I think I took my own sweet time in making this decision. I think right from the school time, right from my childhood, there were certain instances which prompted me to think about a career in civil services, to think about doing something which would not be just for me, rather doing something where I could at least have some sort of impact on the society, where I could actually help people and do something which will have a greater impact. I think that idea of having something, doing something which will give me satisfaction, that was what ultimately made me decide to choose this path.
Do you want to share those instances with us, some of those, Anmol, that actually, led you to pursue this path that you had faced?
I think very minute instances, very trivial things. For instance, sometimes, like I belong to Bhadrava, which is one of the very remote areas of Jammu and Kashmir. And I've spent a significant part of my childhood in Kishtwar, which happens to be another remote district. So the challenges that we used to face here, there used to be days when we would go without electricity. In winters, during snowfall, there would be a lot of issues of connectivity. And then there would be no, so we used to have landlines, we still do, but uska connection nahi aa raha, or some other issue. Let's say there's some curfew and we couldn't go to school. So who is deciding all of these things? Who is taking the decision? So my mother would tell me that it's the DC का order है, DC ने ये किया, पानी का connection नहीं है तो किसको बोलेंगे, चलो DC के पास चलते हैं. So this made me realize, okay, it means there is some person who has the solution to all our problems. Now, my mind at that time did not fully understand the concept of civil service, but as I grew older, I fully realized that what is the significance of this position, what is the significance of public service. So that is how I made this decision.
Also, Anmol, take us through all the preparation that goes into this examination, because of course, we keep hearing that the so-and-so studied for so many hours and there was a challenge ahead. But what was your preparation like for the UPSC?
So I started my preparation right after my graduation in 2021. So at that time, I was a full-time aspirant. But even then, I knew that my mind could not take a lot of stuff at a particular time. So I decided that I will devote around 7 to 8 hours per day to my preparation, because anything above and beyond that would not suit me. And I think it differs from person to person how they go about their preparation. So my routine was that I did not have any set timetable, because I knew that there could be any contingency during the day. I might not be able to work according to my timetable. So rather than having a set timetable, I had daily targets which I had set for myself, that I'll complete this much of syllabus today. And accordingly I plan my preparation also. I think this is something which differs from person to person. A working aspirant will have a completely different schedule. I'd just like to share here that last year I got selected into the Jammu and Kashmir Civil Services, and the fact that I'm undergoing training right now, so I had to prepare for my personality test of UPSC during my training. So that completely changed my study schedule because now I had to manage my studies with my training. So that restricted my study hours to just 2 to 4 hours per day. So I think it boils down to you how you manage your preparation and how you balance everything. That's what I did.
Hmm. Anmol, of course, the UPSC provides a number of attempts for its aspirants to, have that examination, to write that examination. But it takes a toll. If you don't clear it in the first attempt, you have so many attempts left. Yet there are days, I'm sure, where you felt demotivated, where you felt like giving up. What did you do on those days?
Certainly, I think the emotional and the mental stress that people face, especially during preparation, I think it is unparalleled and it can actually deter anybody. I think the greatest stress I faced was during my university when I finally decided that, okay, this is the path I'm going to set for myself. I'm going to prepare for civil services. And I would see all my peers and batchmates getting these placements or going abroad for their masters, and that made me think, what am I even doing? I'm equally capable to do this, but here I am, I don't even know. I've just set a goal which is so uncertain, will I even be able to crack it? So that was one of the first you could say emotional setback that I faced. But once I started preparation, I was like, okay, I'll do it. But then after two failures in this examination, given the fact that this is my third attempt, I there were days I just felt like, okay, maybe this is not meant for me. I should go back to practicing law or just join some corporate job. And there were days like that. But then I just remembered I had this quote stuck to my wall which said, "Fall 7 times, rise up 8." So that's what I tried to do. I decided that, okay, if UPSC has given you 6 attempts, it means that you have to try 6 times. For as long as you have that perseverance and consistency, you might just be able to make it. So don't stop just yet. That's what I tried to do. And I think it's very important for every aspirant to understand that their mental stability and mental health, they are some of the most important things that they need to take care of during preparation.
Yeah. Okay, my last question to you, Anmol, then, now that you've cleared the exam, secured the seventh rank, what are you most excited about? How do you see this moving forward now?
I'm actually really excited about the training. I've always been fascinated by Labasna and Masuri, and it was actually a dream to go there as a civil servant. And also, this might sound very childish, but I had decided that I will not go to Masuri unless it is to Labasna. It might be a very childish dream, but I had this dream, so I'm very thankful to God that I finally get to live this dream. Plans right now, nothing as such, because I'm undergoing my JNK Civil Services training right now. So I've decided to pursue it for as long as I can, and then a little bit of celebrations with the family and friends. That's all.
All right, Anmol, thank you very much for joining us on Mirror Now. Of course, let me also tell you that that was not a childish dream. That was something that made you achieve your target. And of course, you brought, it brought laurels for you and your family and friends. Thank you very much, Anmol. Best wishes from all of us here in your journey ahead. Thank you very much for joining us on Mirror Now. All right, with that, we're slipping into a short break. On the other side of the break, we talk about the UK government planning to ban the sale of cigarettes. What's that all about? Stay tuned to Mirror Now to find out more.